philosopher whose whole job is kind of just to read and write.
I can say you're all playing monks. I suppose they're less monks at the moment, I suppose.
Yeah, monk is when we're back on the ship. Unless we're talking warrior monk. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, you are talking warrior monk. Okay, let's have some reminders from last session. Kuzco wishes to kill the Remembrancer to keep his secret shame secret.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Coatlmox wants to kill the Mechanicum. Everyone wants to trial Michiko, then give him to the Apothecary, and or cleanse him. Coayah still needs reprimanding for the gifts shenanigan. In fact, I think there was some talk about giving him to the Mechanicum to punish. You wanted to try to get the Hoiran Principality and Rastik's Mark on side for the war, if you go ahead with that. As mentioned, Benji has prepared a dossier, or I suppose technically Coayah has prepared a dossier. You wanted to consider beginning preparations for the infiltration of the Morothan Metroplexic to take care of the Void Shields.
Is he gone?
What? Oh, right, is that. You wanted to figure out what support can be got from the locals. Nazeem has the heads of the Morothan and Hoiran delegates, and they won't keep, so they need to be eaten
dinner
rapidly. And Coatlmox wants to install remote weaponry in Seb.
Yeah.
Okay. What do?
When Seb fires, and you fire the gun, does that technically count as friendly fire, Creed?
What?
Because he's a friendly who's firing.
That's not what the term means. No one engage with it as a joke. If we just pretend it's not, then maybe he'll stop doing it.
That's hilarious.
Yes, sorry, the charges that I will be bringing against Brother Michiko are outlined in the chat.
So for the benefit of the recording, that's number 1, perfidy under a flag of truce, sullying the reputation of the company, the Legion, and by extension, the Emperor of Mankind. 2, disobeying direct orders from company command, leading to the endangerment of Legion assets and personnel. I don't think he actually did technically disobey direct orders, for the record. He disobeyed implied orders.
Well, he's disobeyed, implied orders that are becoming rapidly direct orders in all our memories.
3, bringing the reputation of the company into disrepute and ignominy by delaying and jeopardizing an orderly compliance. Now, that one he definitely did do.
Sounds like something I would do.
It does. It sounds like something any one of you would do. It's partially why I'm surprised he ended up doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for trying him for that, but at the same time, that's our thing. He can't do that.
It's almost as if Chaos came down and forced his hand.
It didn't. Chaos doesn't force your hand on anything. You do what you want to do. Chaos just
take the credit.
And sometimes, I'm pretty sure we've had scenes where demons have forced, people's hands through themselves and shit like that. It definitely is a thing that happens.
I mean, yeah, but usually the person is like, yo, bro, demon, come and get me.
Yeah, definite pace. All right, what are we doing, folks? You're back up on the Obsidian Heart at the moment.
We've all been healed, right? And
yeah, you can consider yourselves to have...
Sorry, why are we in heals?
You can consider yourselves to have undergone, emergency medical stuff.
Emergency surgery.
Put my requests in for Seb.
Let's take a look. I'm not seeing these.
Is it stick a bunch of weaponry in him?
Oh yeah, I didn't think I'd have to write them. It's put a bolt gun in him that I can shoot when I please. Bolt pistol would also suffice.
Some kind of bolt weapon inside.
Doesn't have to be discreet, but discreet is preferred.
Does Seb get an opinion on this?
No. I want this all done while he's out.
What do you mean while he's out? You can't install weapons in him whilst he's out of the ship.
No.
I mean, out conscious.
Out.
Wasn't he quite heavily wounded?
I don't think he was, actually. Seb was, right next to the party, and so he was one of the civvies who made it out. Him and the Remembrancer were the 2 safest ones.
I thought it was fucked up.
Yeah, I remember it being quite fucked up as well.
Yeah.
Seb wasn't.
I thought Seb was fine.
Yeah.
Seb being...
No worries.
You lost, nearly your entire civilian party otherwise. It was... But
I was just going to install it in him if he was going to get surgery anyway. I was just going to sneak him in. But if he doesn't need surgery, then we'll save it for now.
You're going to pull the old Deus Ex 3. Alright. Fair enough. You can wait until the next time Seb gets seriously injured, and then surprise him with the old Jensen dance, I guess. Cool. Everyone
To
else.
replace his Johnston. Sorry.
Everyone else, what are we doing? You were talking about trialing Michelko, I believe.
I would suggest to the captain that he convenes a trial for Michelko whilst I'll take some of the more diplomatic members of the company and get on the blower to both Horantis and Rastix Mark to try and keep them on side.
Did you want to try and make an attempt to continue diplomacy and be like, sorry, Marotha, our bad, yo?
No.
As outlined in the dossier, which you all read, totally, you did read that.
I actually did. I just finished reading all of it, so I must say.
I think the Marothans are a lost cause.
I somewhat may be right.
They were already shaky with the whole deist thing.
Yeah.
And then we shot one of them.
Yeah, you make a good point of we'd have to make more concessions, which would make us look weak. Fuck that shit.
In which case, then, we should definitely get in contact with Horians. And I like saying this because I feel like I say this nearly every campaign we do some sort of 40k related thing in. Let's start an insurgency.
You do say that a lot, actually, now you come to mention it. And for the record, I don't think there were that many survivors who saw you shoot the Morothic delegate. Many more people saw your Firebird vaporize hundreds of people outside the tent whilst picking you up.
Well, we're trying to
after other people shot at us.
Yes,
we could have killed all of them with that flamer.
But those were mostly the people who would have seen you, heard the shots inside the tent and who were witness to your initial crime. So you covered up your first murder with hundreds of other murders.
Best way.
Efficiency.
See?
Is it bad that every time I hear the word Firebird, I have a sick guitar riff that plays through my head? Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder why there's a reason for that. It's almost like there could be some kind of connection to music and 40k.
Shut up.
You're going to love
it. Nope, shut up.
Tell me now.
I'm docking you your standard XP if you say it, Ollie.
You could call it excessive. Huh?
No, he's not going to get that. I know it's incredibly obvious, but he's not going to get that, mate.
You get it,
I love young Nicholas, but he's very much not going to get that. The only person in here worse at crossword than me is young Nicholas.
I mean, I was trying to make a pun, but it really doesn't sound like it landed.
It's not. Well, no, it was definitely. Why?
Yeah.
Someone send it to me. Please.
It's in the Facebook chat, young Nicholas.
Don't tell him.
Look at the Facebook chat.
See?
Brother!
But I can.
So.
Just give me a moment.
What are we doing then? You are talking about sending delegates to Rastix Mark and the Hoyan Principality.
Well, I was going to get on the Vox to talk to them first, rather than send delegates down immediately.
Exactly. Captain, I think you need to be making decisions here, because I'm hearing your team proposing things, but I'm just hearing people discuss stuff. I'm not hearing definite answers.
My apologies. Looking at the dossier, I do agree with the secondary plan. So getting on the whistle blower, whatever the hell thing, getting on the Vox to the two other places.
Contacting Horantis and Rastix Mark to try and keep them on side so as to keep the compliance going as orderly as we can.
That's the one. Yeah, do that, and yeah, we'll order a trial, but it's
Damn shot.
To clarify, where are we precisely, and what are our surroundings?
You are currently on the Obsidian Heart. You've just kind of touched down in the hangar bay, and all hell's broken loose.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
So, what's his thingy? Michelko is being frog marched off towards the brig, and a variety of battle brothers are freaking out at what does he do?
Okay.
I say, I turn to the brother captain. I suspect it may be a time to make a ship-wide announcement.
I'm just walking to the bridge. He's still so pissed.
As we march onto the bridge, can I take an opportune moment and pull brother captain into a more private area where the other brothers, apart from command crew, can't hear us, and recommend a swift and immediate execution for Michelko, as we are in the middle of an operation and we don't particularly have time for a trial. exercise your right as commander of this operation.
That's good point. How long will the trial take?
Depends on the trial. A little voice at the back of your head there, Nazeem, urges you on. Yes, do it. Flens.
Encouraging.
I want to now. Are you saying you'd...
Decision
okay.
in the next 30 seconds, please, Janicus.
Yep. Brother, are you saying you don't want a new test subject?
Well, there isn't anything necessarily saying that it can't be execution by test subject.
I like your thinking.
For the record, your famously elective legion is not likely to take super well to the idea that Space Marines can be condemned to, like, excruciating medical execution, torture, death.
Yeah.
Who said they know?
They wouldn't know, yeah. How are they going
To be fair, if we say we're going to execute Macuiltotec, it's probably going to be in front of everybody.
I mean, you can always try, like, reattaching the head afterwards. Turn him into a servitor, you know, have a capture from destroyer.
Servitorization would likely also, like, it's definitely something you can do. It's likely something that, again, the rest of the company would go, I mean, crime or no crime, he was a quarreler. He was a member of Legion 2. You can't treat us like this. What do you think he is, a regular human? That's no Imperial Army trooper. That's a member of third company.
I don't think full-on execution is fair, but I think serving his brothers via helping the Apothecary understand the Space Marine body and what it can go through better is still serving.
I mean, am I around for this conversation? Carl did say that I can hear.
Yeah, sure. So the four of you have proceeded off towards the bridge to see how, see how Coatlmox has been keeping things, you know.
Brother Captain, may I make a suggestion as to the fate of Macuiltotec?
You may.
I suggest we enact an older punishment. There are within our ranks no battle brothers who currently could be called upon to stay upon this world to turn it into a staging point for the selection of new Astartes. Remember, we do not currently possess a home world, as do many other legions. Thus, we need to draw from all places within the Imperium. Taking an arm and leaving him here as a recruiter upon this planet to win no glory, no names. Surely that is a greater punishment for his failure than any we could concoct with mere pain.
I turn to the brother captain and I put an arm on his shoulder. I find the idea of turning him into a medical construct distasteful and, frankly, against the values of many of our battle brothers. Sorry, and frankly, a value many of our battle brothers will not enjoy. I suggest if this does happen, we do not let anyone know. If it doesn't happen, we give him we execute him quickly and swiftly and move on.
The eye slits on Kuzco's helmet narrow slightly.
My God, you got an expressive helmet.
I got them upgrades, yo.
I'm calling it now. We let the Skyrim guards have it, so everyone's helmets get anime changiness.
I love it.
Oh God, we can't do our inside voice anymore.
It's optional.
I can't believe I'm saying this for a second session in a row, but I do agree with Brother Coayah. Leaving him on a planet to score no honor or victory is a far, far worse punishment than eternal medical experiment.
A voice.
I think that he... Sorry.
A voice at the back of your head, Captain Nazeem, voices your own internal fears. Weak. Carl?
Thank you.
Carl's voice comes out weak.
Yeah.
I've said it before, I don't need to do an inside voice for Carl. Carl is his own inside voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let it flow. Brother Captain, if we are to go through with this, I would make many recommendations. However, it will be at the point of which the bridge is crossed. Out of character. I don't want to leave him with things like his armor and stuff to potentially just take over the world and like prop himself up.
He doesn't get left with his armor.
Okay, cool, you're good.
Cool. So we've decided for the trial, what we'll do is we'll have a quick trial, and we'll give him the choice of what punishment he wants. We will either, is either stay on planet and just be recruitment for the rest of your life. You won't earn any honor, none of that. Won't get any of that, but you get to live and recruit people. Or you can volunteer for, what is it again?
Hypno indoctrination.
Hypno indoctrination.
From the fucking sketch Apothecary.
Yep. To try help rehabilitate you and help us further technology and glory and honor.
Okay.
So those will be his options, and we've kind of got into battle plans.
It's entirely fair. Just for the record, I'm gonna I don't know if it was maybe Roll20 that caused it, so I'm going to take a mild, not real risk and not hang out in the Roll20. I'll just have to have people roll for me if that's all right. It does mean that I'm going to be worse at judging your skills and such because I won't know who's got which skills anymore. But yes.
We can screenshot them to you if you want.
Yeah, it might be useful to have them in Discord, but yeah, that would help.
Do you want me to DM it to you?
No, you can just put it's not like they're spook. You can just put them in Discord.
It's more just for your organisational purposes.
No, that's fine. I'm going to be hanging out in this channel most of the time anyway. I don't want to be flipping back to my DMs. You can't be sliding into my DMs like that, Ollie.
Got my plan for fuck.
Well, if you insist. Cool.
My plan, it works.
So how public do you want the trial of Macuiltotec to be?
Extremely.
Fairly public.
Are we talking Space Marine only, fleet-wide? What are we doing?
Space
We
Marine
also agreed that we were going to hold the trial post invasion and compliance.
That's fair.
I think we should have dealt with now. Don't you?
I thought we agreed we didn't have the time.
You're the captain, Nazeem.
This was out of character.
Yeah.
This was an out of character discussion.
You're the captain.
It's going to take a little bit. It's not going
Nicholas.
to take days, is it? It's quite a straightforward trial.
Depends on how you do it. It's probably going to it's going to be rolls, I would say. And I might even give Macuiltotec one or two. Depending on how unfair you want to be to him, I may even give him the chance to rebut.
I mean, to be fair, at the end of the day, he doesn't have anywhere to be a recruiter yet. So, doesn't matter if he chooses it now or later.
That's true. Okay, strip him of his armor, put him in the brig. We'll do it post.
It's fair, yeah. He was marched off to the brig when you arrived. As were your two honor guards who were with him were sent immediately reassigned to the remedial squad.
Yeah. Cool.
Why? They didn't.
They
They
were
didn't do anything wrong.
They were put on barracks leave or something like that. But we
You assigned them to the remedial squad because when you reviewed the footage, which I suppose happened at the end of last week, but then we kind of almost retconned at the start of this week. So at some point in between now and the technical difficulties, you've reviewed the footage of the audio stuff of the armor, and discovered that their hands were almost on their guns themselves. Macuiltotec shot first, but the other two were considering it. Is why
they were reprimanded for that.
Yeah, that's why you put them in the remedial squad last week. You didn't want to put them in prison, but you did insist on putting them in the remedial.
God damn it, people.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that.
Let's start.
Make sure that whoever's guarding his cell isn't from the remedial squad.
You're giving remedial squad duties to non-remedial squad people?
Yes.
Remedial squad duty to guard the cells like that of a known traitor.
Actually, no. I don't think we'd ever have remedial squad guarding cells ever. Full stop. I'd like to put that in writing right now. Remedial squad is never allowed to guard cells.
I don't think the rest of the company's going to be very happy about it, but
Remedial squad flies the Firebird, and that's it.
Okay.
Shall we start some war planning then? I suppose.
Yeah. What are we doing combat-wise, folks?
I believe the plan was to get on the Vox and send our varying messages to Hirotha and Rastic's Mark.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do that now then.
Can we make sure we have I like to request the Mechanicus to help encrypt and secure signals when sending it to the planet to make sure it's not tracked or anything like that.
Yeah, by the time you go to speak to the Mechanicum, they're actually not taking your calls. Majos Manabi Virith is just, like, not picking up.
I personally go down and see him.
Oh, come.
Yeah, the only way you actually get into the Forge Shrine is Coatlmox. Sorry, I don't have everyone's names on the screen for me anymore. Yeah, is Coatlmox, like, allowing you into the Obsidian Hearts Forge Shrine, but the Magi seem to be giving you the cold shoulder. They're a little bit uncomfortable around you.
Yeah. I got a fucking Benji. I'm gonna sort you out as well.
A slight bead of sweat down the back of Coatlmox's neck before he hears you muttering under your breath that, "Damn it, Coayah, you fucked this up."
I slowly start turning towards the Admech side and looking at him disapprovingly.
If you'll recall, he has his own office in which he's currently locked. You arrive outside it.
You do know how to unlock it, though.
I'd like to knock.
You get no response.
Knock harder.
I knock slightly louder.
You get no response for a moment, and then as your hand pulls away from the door, it begins to spark, as though electrified.
I perhaps wouldn't knock again, brother captain.
Do you have override codes to every door in the ship because you're captain?
Not to the Mechanicum's inner shrines, you don't. He only got into the Forge Shrine because he's got a tech priest. He's got a Techmarine in here.
Yeah, I'll turn to the nearest Mechanicum...
Tech adept,
priest, whatever, who's closest. And let me know once he's finished brooding. I leave.
I don't think they're going to let you know.
The bursts of binaric cant that have come to typify your experience with the Magi of Mars just ricochet across the room as they exchange quick packets of data.
The Technolingua.
Yeah, do you have...
I can Technolingua now. My proper Techmarine, innit?
Yeah, but I think that's... Can you speak Technolingua without... Like, I know you can speak Technolingua, but can you, like, understand it when it's in raw data form?
That is
not without implants.
Yeah,
no.
I feel like you need implants for... Oh, you suppose he's got standard Techmarine implants, though, so probably should have something.
Yeah.
But then this one, skills just give you the necessary implants anyway. Or the talents to, at least.
That's also true.
That's a cold thing.
Yeah, Jesus, what? Did Carl bite you? Or...
Well, he didn't say anything, so I thought
Secretly a vampire.
Fair.
Yes, infecting.
I thought I'd fill Carl in.
Just to
Recap,
recap,
you filled me in all right.
Just to recap, because I'm not actually sure like what I got on the audio and what I didn't. As I understand it, what you're doing with Michelko is you're leaving him in the brig until after you've finished assuring the world's compliance, and then afterwards you're going to hold a trial. And after you convict him in your show trial, like the tyrants you are, you're going to give him a choice between does he want to stay on the world and like. Stay on the world as a recruiter and like run that forever and never get to participate in Conquest again for the rest of the Crusade, or does he want to be turned over to the AdMech for extensive hypnotherapy? Okay.
Yep. So making sure he's stripped of armor, guns, everything. He's celled up. He's guarded by not the fucking
remedial
squad. The remedial squad, and also remedial squad is not allowed in that section of the ship. I'm not having anything funky happening while this is all going on. I've had enough.
It's fair. Okay, so what are we doing with the planet?
Planet?
Yeah. Like, I think you said you wanted to send messages to the Horian Principality and Rastic's Mark, see if you could get them on side immediately.
Immediately, yes.
But also...
And then we deploy our troops all over its surface.
What? Well, that was weirdly sexual. And what... It was the tone, you know?
It was.
I'm not wrong. Sorry. What's the message you're sending to the Hoyan Principality and Rastic's Mark? Like you're asking them to betray everyone else on the world. What are you saying to them, gang?
No, it's more. They are the triumvirate of the world. They have heard our offers, and obviously we do not wish for hostilities to continue with the breakdown, with the unfortunate incident of the peace talks. We are quite happy to, when the trial of the person who caused the incident happens, for the representatives of their governments to be allowed to attend.
You did murder hundreds of their citizens, for the record.
My point is more. They know what we offer.
We
are willing to ally with them against Marotha.
I actually don't think they do know what you offer. We
literally spelled it out at the peace talks.
Yeah, they did.
But
the aforementioned...
They did die. They did die before they got a chance to report back. It's fine. You can assume that you inform them again, but you the offer will have been made again, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Also, before I forget, I want those brains fridged.
I told you they have to be done fresh. You can't just keep them in the fridge.
Okay, how long are they going to keep fresh?
A few hours.
A few hours. Okay, that's fine.
Brains do actually dissolve real fast.
Yeah.
I'm
right. Being slightly generous with the a few hours thing, for the record.
That's fair enough.
Just eat the brains. Eat the brains, Nick.
Yeah. Also noted, I need an hour at some point just to eat brains and do stuff.
Least evil thing you've ever said.
But yeah, I'd like to actually. You know what? I'm going to entrust talks to Coayah.
He nip off for dinner.
Yeah. But I entrust him to do the talks and so forth. It's not an in-person thing, so I don't have to be there. He can do it, and I can try to come up with some battle plans going forwards. So, yeah.
Okay. In that case, Coayah, I think we'll do these separately. Now, one role for the Hoyan Principality and one role for Rastic's Mark. And your basic pitch, as I understand it, is you're going to re-pitch the stuff you pitched to the initial delegate, and then on top of that, offer to allow people to witness the trial of the person who was. Sorry,
we're offering to allow witnesses to the trial of the person who caused the talks to break out into an incident, and secondly, we're offering to ally with them to destroy the Marotha and Metroplexics, who are the current powers of the world, but the other two hate and would not want to share in the bounties of becoming a part of the Imperium with.
Okay, I think this is probably going to be... So it'll be an easier role for Rastic's Mark than the Hoyan Principality. So you can decide which one you want to do first. But basically, the Hoyan Principality, as you may recall, xenophobic, not big fans of foreigners, and on top of that, you killed more of their people because they had more people at the conference. Whereas Rastic's Mark, less xenophobic, more desperate to fuck over Marotha and to a lesser extent the Hoyan Principality, and on top of that, were less important, so had less people there who then got murderized. So we'll call it I think even with the circumstances, it would be a charm over fellowship +0 for Rastic's Mark. And then for the Hoyan Principality, we'll call it charm over fellowship at a -25. I was kind of stuck between -20 and -30 and figuring split the difference.
I was wondering if there was anything we could offer the Hoyrans that they'd want, that we haven't already offered them, that could sweeten the deal potentially.
Quite possibly. What are you thinking?
Could Benji use the dossier we have to get a +10?
I will give you a +5. He did write a dossier, to be fair. I know it's only 3 pages.
No, to be fair, the dossier was the plan of action, not information on the world.
Yeah, but you did write a little dossier. It's in character, detailed different cases. I thought it was really sweet. I'll give you a +5 for it. We'll take it down. I
actually meant the dossier that we started the game with.
I think you've got all of the information that you can get. Unless you want to ask questions, but basically you can ask questions about that dossier, but we're not treating it as I will give you the answers to the things what you want. Sure. You have to prompt me.
Okay, so if we offered obviously we've talked about it before, where we've been offering them a seat on the Senatorium, which is a sector thing. But if they're among the first in the sector, they get the seat because obviously they came first. If we just say to the Hoyrantans, you get the seat, you don't have to argue between you and Rassik's Mark, you get it guaranteed. And then we sort of rely on the Rassik's Mark guys of going, hey, you know what we're going to do for you? We're going to fuck Marotha.
Okay. I'm trying to think, because I feel like that's a really good offer, but also the issue is that they don't trust you. So you know what? We'll see how genuinely you convince them first. So I'll take an initial roll that's just Charm over Fellowship at a +0 to see like how sincerely you come across with the sector thing.
Okay. Fair. Okay. I've got fate, thank God.
I mean, what'd you get?
78. I'm going to use the fate.
Oh dear.
36. That's a pass.
DOS?
1.
Okay. It's several hours of tense negotiating before you can finally convince the Hoyan Principality that not only was it not really necessarily your fault that negotiations immediately broke down, but also that you're serious about your diplomatic offers and not just dirty betraying foreigners. And then we'll take the follow-up roll, which I will knock down from a -20 to a -10 because they're still racist and unsure.
Okay.
Question before he does. If it's been a few hours, I would have completed eating brains and Emperor's Tarot and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
So I might be able to send him information that might give him a bonus to this.
What type? I mean, I suppose to be fair, if anything, the delegate would know would be able the type of information the delegate would have had in his brain would be what does Hoyrantis want out of these potential negotiations?
Exactly. Yeah.
What info do you want out of the 2 brains you ate? You ate the brains of the Hoyran Principalities delegates and the Marothan delegate.
Yeah. So, what do they want? What do they not want? What are they going to be? What's going to anger them? I think it would be 2 key things, and any key things that might put us above them, sort of thing, like trump cards. Like, oh, we know about this. Things that are like, oh fuck, they know about that. So basically, trump cards, what they want and what they dislike.
The memories from the Hoyran delegate are blurry. I mean, as all memories achieved through it's your Omophagea, right?
The eating of the brains, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what the implement's called. I'm pretty sure it's the Omophagea.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
The memories obtained are, as always, blurry, but you do receive a distinct sense of power, of a thirst for power, of a desire for overwhelming dominance of the planet, of a proud nation unhappy that they've played second fiddle for so long.
We are offering to destroy Marotha for them.
And more than that, you also receive a profound sense of inadequacy and paranoia. Knowledge of a power that prides itself on its military, but is also concerned that its military isn't enough. And then for Marotha, what they want, per the blurry memories swirling through your head, mixing with those of the Hoyran delegates, is to stay relatively independent. They have a good deal, and they want things to continue as they are. They want to peacefully integrate if they have to, but opt out if it's at all possible. And what they fear, most naturally, is the torching of the world's limited farmland, without which they would surely starve.
Firebird comes in again.
Cool. Using that plus foresight and inquiry, is it? Slow down. So brains plus invocation plus foresight plus augury.
Wait, what's invocation do?
I can concentrate for it's an action or 10 minutes or something. And the next psychic power I do that is fettered is 1 psi level higher. So I can get psi rating 4. Then 4 psych gives me a +10 to my next roll.
You can't cast a fettered psi rating 3, can you? I thought fettered is psi rating 1.
You can cast a Fettered Star Rating 3 only in Dark Heresy 2nd edition, so no, you can't in this one.
You can fettered at...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the deal with fettered, is like it casts at psi rating 1, but it's safe.
Yeah.
You can't push it above... I think there you go.
Yeah, you're not pushing at all by definition if you're fettering yourself. Like, the idea of fettered is that you're using the minimum amount of psychic power.
So use fettered.
Whatever, this is a lot of modifier stacking, I will say, for like extended negotiations which you are not actually yourself having.
It's why I'm getting the information and then giving it to him an hour after he's done all the stuff, so... that's why. I
don't think you can transfer your own. I took 10 minutes to prepare.
I mean, you could just talk to me and tell me what
that's what he's saying that he's going to do.
Yeah, in an hour. So I did this when you started the talks. He's in an hour later, and I have enough time to prepare this information. And an hour later, go to him when he's mid talks.
So you've been conducting the talks for some hours, then, Coayah. But eventually your captain emerges from his seclusion in his chambers and, apropos of nothing, begins instructing you on the ways to conduct this negotiation, including such obvious tidbits as the Hoyrans want power and to overthrow the Morothans, and the Morothans fear their dominance being cast down. There's a few useful bits in there, here and there, but a little voice in the back of your mind is more than a little bit irritated at your superior swagging in once again to try and take all of the glory with his inept fumblings. I will give you a +5 for the brains facts. So I think yeah.
Do I not get the augury off?
What's augury do?
It's reading the tarot's the Emperor's Tarot thing, which is just the...
You're not reading the Emperor's Tarot.
No, we talked about this last time.
Yeah, we did talk about this last time.
Sorry, it's just every time you mention this thing, it's... No!
That's what it says. That's what it says.
What's the page?
It's 192, but 193 for PDF.
Thank you.
Are you sure you want to open PDFs?
I've tried. I mean, it's already open now, so we're fucked. If we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can roll augury if you like, here, Nicholas. That won't actually help him with the roll. That's a separate thing.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for some information basically that I can give him that'll help.
Yeah, but that's not how. Augury doesn't give you generic information. You have to ask a specific question. The question can be more detailed, but you can't ask a vague question, or you can, but you'll get a vague answer. It's as with all divination stuff, it is double-edged sword, and also you can't just press the button to give you plot power.
Okay. So it's fettered standard test, +10, plus I have foresight 10 minutes prep beforehand, so that's another +10.
Yep.